May 28, 2025 Daily Bread. Passage 2 Kings, chapter 24, verse 8 to verse 17. Key verse 12. Title: Jehoiachin surrenders to Nebuchadnezzar. Jehoiachin was 18 years old when he became king, and he reigned in Jerusalem 3 months. His mother's name was Nehushta, daughter of Elnathan. She was from Jerusalem. He did evil in the eyes of the Lord, just as his father had done. At that time the officers of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, advanced on Jerusalem and laid siege to it. And Nebuchadnezzar himself came up to the city, while his officers were besieging it. Jehoiachin, king of Judah, his mother, his attendants, his nobles, and his officials all surrendered to him. In the 8th year of the reign of the king of Babylon, he took Jehoiachin prisoner. As the Lord had declared, Nebuchadnezzar removed the treasures from the temple of the Lord and from the royal palace, and cut up the gold articles that Solomon king of Israel had made for the temple of the Lord. He carried all Jerusalem into exile, all the officers and fighting men, and all the skilled workers and artisans, a total of 10,000. Only the poorest people of the land were left. Nebuchadnezzar took Jehoiachin captive to Babylon. He also took from Jerusalem to Babylon the king's mother, his wives, his officials, and the prominent people of the land. The king of Babylon also deported to Babylon the entire force of 7,000 fighting men, strong and fit for war, and 1,000 skilled workers and artisans. He made Mattaniah, Jehoiachin's uncle, king in his place, and changed his name to Zedekiah. Daily Bread Message. Jehoiachin had reigned in Jerusalem only 3 months when Nebuchadnezzar invaded and laid siege to the city. The Babylonian invasion and the captivity of Israel were God's wrath upon the nation for the sins that his forefathers, the preceding kings and his people, had committed. Jehoiachin was only 18 years old and incapable of turning the tide around during his short 3-month reign. But the real problem was not his young age nor his short reign. It was that his heart was not right with God. Jehoiachin, his mother, his attendants, his nobles, and his officials all surrendered to Nebuchadnezzar. They were taken captives to Babylon, fulfilling Jeremiah's prophecy. It was a tragedy nationally to Israel, and personally to Jehoiachin as the king. This tragedy should serve us as a spiritual lesson, that if we don't surrender to God lovingly, then we will be forced to surrender to the ruler of the kingdom of the air. F22, Phil 2911.